I have the other ones available in there. But...
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
Give me the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yo! I learned my lesson from last time. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
It's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to give you a favor, Jens. I just say, later.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like some of our draw streams, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Man, it's I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Bam! Yes, guys. It is Sunday, guys. It is Sunday. This means another episode of A Drink with a Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns and their creations. Because, frankly, I'm kind of bored with mainstream. Mainstream kind of sucks, you know. So, and indie is where the passion is, guys. All right. I hope your day is going well and your weekend is nice and all of that. And my weekend, I've done some, you know, sometimes you have to do like the bookkeeping, like the tax thing and that kind of stuff. It's pretty boring, you know. I prefer to do the creative stuff, but some weekends it's like one of those, right? So that, and I wrote a little bit, right? That's cool. And guys, we got 140 backers now on Safeguard Pandemonium on Kickstarter. So on Kickstarter, our campaign for Safeguard Pandemonium, guys. We have 1 week left. So we have 1 week left to go. It's going phenomenal. I appreciate it. You can find the link below. I'll also talk about it a little bit after the show, right? Plus, I got notified by Critical Blast, who does the fulfillment for us for the Perfection Collection. So if you backed the Perfection Collection, you either backed Perfect 10 Book 6 or one of the trade paperbacks or whatever, you know. Critical Blast is almost done. They need four more backers. So 4 more backers to do. The rest is done. So, but apparently they are out of books. So four books. So I need to ship them 4 last books of the single issues, and then they can finish those, and then it's completely done, right? So if you got your book, just post about it, guys. Let me know what you think. Post it on social media, and thank you for supporting that campaign, right? Wow. Mike is with us in the chat. Hello, Mike. How are you, man? Good drink to you. Amazingly, spontaneously, energetically creative man. Safeguard cheers. Wow. Thank you so much, man. what are you drinking, Mike? Leave it in the chat. What you're drinking right now as you watch our stream live, guys. We have a brand new guest on the show, so never been on the show before, which is awesome. So I can introduce you to new people and new people to you. Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring him on. Where's my my thing? There he is. I always lose it. I always lose the guy. Right. All right. Let's bring on the guest. Let's have a nice chat with the good man, because it is time to talk with the guest of the hour, Mr. W. Frank Walk.
Hey.
Yeah.
I love the applause.
Yes. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I gotta say, you're sitting backstage, and your intro music is fantastic.
Oh.
I was just sitting backstage, just getting hyped up. Like, all right.
Yeah, man, getting pumped up for a good show, you know. And Mike says, "Welcome, W. Frank."
Hey, thanks, Mike.
There you go. What does the W stand for?
My first name is Wiley.
Wiley. Okay.
Wiley. Yeah, my name's Wiley Franklin. I've just never gone by Wiley. My family and everyone's always called me Frankie or Frank.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's interesting how these things go. So you get your first name, but for some reason that never really becomes your first name.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I mean I had a real opportunity there for some fun alliteration, especially being a creator. You know, Wiley Walk. I mean, that's kind of catchy, good alliteration. But
wow.
Looking back, I was like, I've already started.
You've done the branding now. You know. Yeah, that could have been part of your branding for sure. But Frank Walk sounds great. So that's anyway. I need to, before I forget, I always need to ask my guests the first official question to kick things off. So Frank, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Zevia.
Wait, Zevia. I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 everything.
Zero taste.
Not a bad taste. Not a bad taste.
Okay.
It's Dr. Zevia, so it tastes kind of like a Dr. Pepper. Not really. It tastes more like a bland cherry cola, but
right. Yeah. So you wanted to kick off all of that, right? Like, yeah.
Better for my health.
Sure. Yeah. I know, man. I drink cola every day. It's my main thing. It's the logo of my show, because I drink nothing else. It's crazy. I know it's bad for me, but you know. Anyway, Frank, welcome, sir. So this is the first time we meet. So can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do within the indie sphere?
Yeah, awesome. Sure, happily. So yeah, I'm an artist first. I've always been a creative person. I've always been an artist. And a number of years ago, I kind of did some self-reflection, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of like a collector of hobbies. You know, I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at anything. So I decided that, you know, after some soul searching, I was like, you know what? I think I want to be a colorist. I like that aspect. I like understanding light and color theory and figuring out that puzzle. So I was like,
so from the whole range of interests you had, you picked that one to zoom in on, because there was slightly more interest there than the rest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. I've always liked to draw. I have a more like cartoony illustrative style if I do draw. And I've always loved painting, whether it be oil paint, acrylic paint, spray paint, any of that. I've always liked working with my hands, so I like crafting. I play guitar, I play drums, you know, all of this stuff. But I was like, I need to just hone in on being great at just one thing. And that's when I decided, I want to be a colorist. And then I had to make the choice, like, do I want to continue to pay for the constant upkeep of like markers and other mediums, or do I go digital? And that's when I was like, there's more upfront costs going digital, but the returns on it are just so much better.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, physical materials just get expensive.
Sure.
So I went digital, and that's kind of how I got into the indie comic space, was as an artist and working as freelance colorist on a couple of projects and stuff like that.
Okay.
And,
Right. So you offered your coloring services to people who were making comic books, right?
Yeah.
So you worked on some titles.
Yeah, absolutely. Worked on some titles. Did a lot of like one-off commission work for artists that would work on like Etsy and Fiverr and stuff like that.
Right.
They would need a colorist, so I did a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you kind of went over to digital coloring. I don't see many comics within the indie space even that do like traditional colors with markers and all of that. Would be interesting to see that, but it's not usually the way it goes.
Yeah, it's just not as cost effective nowadays.
Okay.
And working digitally gives you the freedom of having an undo button, or messing with some other effects that are just easier to achieve digitally.
Right.
Now, the downside is you're missing out on having that physical piece of art to be able to offer to somebody, which I would love. So that's the unfortunate trade-off.
Yes. In the chat is Cranshaw. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Hello, Dave, Frank, and chat pals. Hello, Cranshaw. What are you drinking, Cranshaw? Put it in the chat, guys. What are you guys drinking? Okay, so you kind of got your so the colorist, that is your passion, that is your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So people hire you, and at some point you wanted to make your own book or something. How did this go? What happened
Absolutely. There? So I've always liked creative writing. I've played Dungeons and Dragons my whole life, so I'm very used to the storytelling aspect.
This means you have friends. You have friends. That's
about 4.
Well, that's enough. Yes.
So yeah, I would do some creative writing, from time to time, going, maybe this is just an exercise, maybe we'll make it a D&D campaign or something, who knows. And
were you the dungeon master, or?
Yes, yeah, I'm always the dungeon master. I never actually get to play. That's the
But this means you are creative. You need to think quickly also, like with creative solutions to things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't really even notice that I was kind of honing that skill of being able to world build and write in a way that's translatable to anything else, because I was just always focused on the game,
Sure.
And once I got into the indie comic space as a colorist, I started thinking like, I'm starting to see the production side of things, and I was like, oh, I've got this really cool story that I want to tell. I bet comics would be the perfect medium for it.
Right.
And I now understand the workflow of comics and how the production side works. So that's when I started writing Hellstones, and I went all in.
Right. Was that also is that in the same genre as D&D, or is it something else?
No, not exactly. Dungeons and Dragons typically is more like that high fantasy. You have your elves and barbarians and stuff like that. Hellstones itself is not like that at all.
Okay. Well, you hear the title, it could go either way, right? Hellstones. It has this fancy vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's not to say that maybe the larger world of Hellstones couldn't fit into there somewhere. I'm sure it could. But this particular story or iteration, or how it came about, not so much on the traditional fantasy side of things, more of the supernatural action side of things.
Right. So what was your biggest? How did that concept, that idea for this particular story come to be? Where did you draw inspiration from besides your DMing?
Yeah, I don't remember my exact mindset at the time. Hellstones, I originally wrote the concept back in 2015.
Okay.
So about 11 years ago. I was working a boring desk job and I had some downtime, and I was like, so let's do a little creative writing. And I wrote like a 1-page like concept, and it started with me creating, a character. Going, who would be a cool character? And I was like, you know what? I want a strong female lead who's like capable, independent, stubborn. And I was like, I think I'd like to see a female lead in something. At the time, it was everything I was seeing or involved in was just, male centric. So I just wanted something different. And, I was like, the hourglass figure, big breasted woman in spandex has its place in the world. But I was like, I don't want that. I want like an everyday person,
Okay.
And that's when I wrote the character concept for Sam. And I was like, oh, what would the conflict be? What would be something cool that I haven't heard before? And that's when I came up with the concept of the Hellstones themselves. And I kind of just crammed it all in this 1-page little story. And then over the years, I would kind of come back to it. No, it's really cool. I don't know what I'll ever do with it, but it's really cool.
Right. Yeah.
And then, eventually I was like, this is it. This is what I need to be doing with this story that I've held on to for 10 years.
Okay.
I need to develop it. I need to world build it and, tell this story that I want to tell.
Cool, man. Well, thank God for boring desk jobs, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
You often get your people need to be bored sometimes. So you have to start thinking and entertain yourself, with your imagination.
Right. And to kind of circle back to your original ask, because I kind of tangented there. Sorry.
No worries.
But, there wasn't really one inspiration per se. I think we're all kind of products of our experiences and our environments.
Yes.
And I just wanted to do something that was fun. Ultimately, this is a love letter to everything that I've ever grown up with and that I've enjoyed. There's the Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider aspects. There's the, like things like The Crow or Sandman in there. There's some aspects of like Red State or Dogma by Kevin Smith, those movies, just all these things that I love. There's not like a direct influence for one particular thing. Right.
Yeah. I always find it interesting how these things start. You kind of said that you were kind of bored. You started to think, what would you like to see in entertainment? So actually, you created something because you wanted to create something. That's a different approach than, for instance, something just happens. You suddenly have this like, whoa, this idea, you have to do something with it, right?
Yeah.
So, but you actually wanted to create something. This was the thing that you kind of constructed. You felt this needed to be.
Yeah.
But then you had to formulate a story around that. So you had at the core. Now so how was that? So was it difficult? What were the challenges writing that? Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was difficult for sure, because I'm not a traditional writer. All of my writing experience really just comes from writing exercises or campaign building for D&D, which is a lot of kind of just bullet point ideas. You want your players to get from A to B, experience C and D, stuff like that.
Yes, it's very different.
Even writing for me I felt very chaotic in a way. Because I didn't know where to start, and it was really overwhelming. So I started with the concept. I was like, okay, I know kind of where the story starts. So then I went, where do I want the story to end? So then I wrote the ending. And then I kind of let the characters kind of guide what would happen between the beginning and the end based on the attributes that I gave the characters, very much like D&D. You're role-playing that character sheet that you built. So I kind of let the characters guide me through the story in a way.
Right. Yeah.
It was a lot of just back and forth, Like I said, I started with the beginning and then the end.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, if I need to get to that end goal, that means this needs to happen in the middle.
Yes.
Then I'd work back again and go, okay, well, how do I get from the beginning to the middle? And it's just
Okay.
a lot of back and forth until it all just kind of came together.
Yes.
And even then, you're so close to the writing that you're like, I don't even know if this is good or if it makes sense. I've
Right.
stared at it for so long that it's just words on a page at this point.
Yeah. Welcome, Marinus. Nice to see you, man.
Hello.
Guys, go subscribe to Cosmos Comics on YouTube for daily comic book reviews. I saw your review today, Marinus. Cool stuff. Right. So you let me see. You created this character. You were writing the story. Did you find it sometimes in some aspect like a hindrance that you were thinking more like because you were kind of trained to think like a dungeon master, right? So did you kind of need to unlearn some of these things to get into more of a script flow?
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, what I did is I sat down and I wrote almost 300 pages. So I just wrote the entire story, everything I wanted to say. And then I was like, now I don't know what to do with this. Like, how do I break this down into scripts that can be translated into comics? And how many books are there? And what makes sense? And I had to both learn and unlearn so many like bad habits and had to learn, proper structure and how to communicate a little bit better with, descriptive words to, any artist that I commissioned for this, so they better understood what I was trying to envision.
Mm-hmm.
Being on the other end of that helped a lot because, I'd get a script as a colorist, but the colorist is kind of one of the last pieces. I already have the line art to go off of, so I never really had to pay attention to what the line artist was receiving in a script. It's very difficult, but once you find your groove and you find what works for you, it's a really nice feeling because then you can kind of put together a workflow and a pipeline. There's no right way to do it per se. There's a right way to communicate effectively, but whatever process works for you is probably the process that you should stick with.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there is there are like a million channels or people who can tell you how to do this, how to do that, how to write. But in the end, everyone has their own process and do what feels right,
Right.
Mike says Cosmonaut Comics is only 2 subscribers away from finally achieving 1,000. That's excellent, man.
Hey, fantastic.
That's excellent. We're so close, and then a big party. Marinus, you know where to find me for the party. So let's go. Two more guys. Subscribe. Right. So you do the coloring for the book.
Absolutely.
I assume, right? So you hired someone to do the line work.
That's right.
Right. So how did that go? Where did you find this?
Yeah, I was searching everywhere. I was searching Facebook pages. I was searching Fiverr. I was searching message boards. I was searching DeviantArt, and just everywhere. And then finally, I connected with Epilosa Paul through Facebook on just a random, artist page or whatever. I couldn't tell you which one.
Yeah. There are like yeah.
Yeah. But we connected, and I seen his work, and I thought it was something that we could really complement each other with my coloring style and his inking style, and it was a great match. It's been a lot of fun working with him. The communication was a little tough. He's from Indonesia, so while his English is pretty good, but when it comes to like the nuances of how I might speak or write something in a script, it might be a little confusing. So we had to learn to communicate a little better. So that led to like really good storyboarding.
Right.
And that became our main means of communication.
Right. Yes. Okay, cool. That's interesting. So you said you also liked to draw, right? But you kind of went this direction. So this means you have a visual mind, I think. So when you
Oh,
when
yeah.
you write, you already envision like the scene, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this means that if you send the script to this artist, you get it back, it will never be the way you envision it, right?
Right.
How do you deal with that?
I think because I am an artist, I'm a little more understanding in that space. When I'm writing a scene or a script, I like to keep it as a loose idea. Like, this is what I want to be represented on the page or on the panel. And I know that I hired this artist because I trust them to do their job. So as long as you're playing within the loose rules of the script that I sent over, I not only want you to, I encourage you to do what you think is best. I want to afford you that flexibility and freedom to create as an artist.
Sure. Yes.
So I learned to let go of that a little bit. Sometimes, the mark is missed or I'm not feeling it or something. And then that's my job as, the creator to come back in and say, okay, I liked what you did here, but can we adjust this just a little bit?
Yes, that's that's kind of normal. Yeah, cool. So yeah, and with coloring, you had to like find the right. So do you have one coloring style, or did you need to look for the right vibe or frequency or whatever that you needed for this particular series?
Yeah, you can't have just one coloring style if you're gonna go into independent comics. You got to be flexible. You got to learn all these different styles, and you got to find your voice as well. And that just comes with experience and learning all of these different styles. And Hellstones for me is my coloring style. It's a little bit different than some of the traditional stuff you might see or traditional styles you might see. But that's because it's my voice. And that's why pairing with Epilo was so good. And I took my time vetting an artist that I felt their line work would be a good complement to my color style. Because a lot of the time on projects, I'm getting hired maybe for a specific style. Maybe they want cell shaded style or more painterly style or something. And I have to accommodate to that. It's rare when you're afforded that flexibility in the indie space. Once you become a name and you have your own style and you're known for your style, then you get hired for your style.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it makes it. Sometimes I notice that when I look for artists, and sometimes you have artists, they have very flexible, like they draw in different styles, and I find it difficult to hire, to approach, because I hire based on the things that I see. So if I see the particular style that I like and I'm going for, I reach out, right? So sometimes too much flexibility may not help.
Sure.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it becomes really important to understand how to build your portfolio as an artist. You want to show diversity, but you really want to highlight the things that you're good at or you specialize in or you want to be known for.
Yeah, that's a good point, by the way, that people should build a good portfolio. So you don't want possible clients to look for your art. Where's that? Browse Facebook or whatever. Just have a link that people can find easily with your best material on there. Like you said, a wide variety of what you can offer. But sometimes I'm like, this is too bad that it's not like organized or whatever.
Yeah.
Mike says Vampirella and Rosetta visible in Frank's background. Oh yeah. I see from which appropriate influences your Hellstones protagonist got her natural shapeliness. Well, there you go. All right, let's bring up your campaign then.
Yeah, certainly.
First off, congratulations with reaching your goal.
Thank you.
That's always you never know, when you launch a campaign, how will it go this time? And you made it, man. So
Yeah, it's such an immediate weight lifted as soon as you hit that funding goal.
Yes.
I'm a person who suffers from high anxiety, so this is the worst time.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh,
So,
man.
but luckily, I was able to get funded within the first 48 hours, so I could immediately breathe.
Oh yes, yes. And then you have to go on shows and do your promotion there.
Yeah.
So is that difficult for you?
No, not at this point. Yeah, I've done so many at this point that I can enjoy it now.
Okay,
You know, I used
good.
to have like a cheat sheet up on one monitor,
Oh.
so I could remember talking points and stuff like that because
Oh,
of
yeah.
my anxiety. But now I'm so comfortable, you know, talking about myself, talking about the projects, and just being in the moment. It's nice to finally get to that point.
Cool, man. Right. Shall we, before we dive into the campaign, shall we start with the trailer?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay, there we go.
When Michael struck Lucifer from the heavens, his severed wings shattered and became 7 stones. Power scattered across time, whispering to anyone who dares to listen. I thought that was legend, until I held one. It pushes past fear and rewrites what your body can do. It changes you. I'm looking for my mentor, Gary. He taught me how to survive, how to fight, and why these stones can't fall into the wrong hands. If anyone can make sense of this, it's him. But the world's tearing at the seams. The Lightbringers preach salvation. Lucian Holdings sells tomorrow. They're chasing power they don't understand. I've stayed in the shadows, kept my Hellstone hidden. Now the hunt's back on. Mercenaries in the brush, lasers rake the leaves. Every step betrays me. This is where I draw the line. I've run long enough. It's time to jump.
You go,
into the
girl.
fray.
Hellstones into the fray. Woo! Nice, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really proud of it. I like it a lot.
Do you mind if I tell you that it gives off a little bit of a Tomb Raider vibe?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does. Yeah, I get the Tomb Raider vibe, or you know, like Indiana Jones vibe.
Yes.
Especially since she's, you know, wearing the tank top and she's in a jungle with a machete. That's definitely a Tomb Raider vibe.
Yeah, it's kind you give her brown hair. It's like, okay, you know, it's yeah.
yeah.
Even the design of the logo, which is cool, by the way. Who did the logo for you?
Me. Thank you.
You did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at that. That's a cool looking logo. I like that. Let's see. And says Mike, and get your art portfolio critiqued by a pro if feasible, preferably by somebody like post-surgery drugged up Neil Adams. He says, following in Lara Croft's tomb raiding. Nice combo of trailer music and narration. There you
Thank
go.
you. I appreciate that.
Nathan Drake, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, some of that Uncharted vibes too. Yeah,
Those games were so good.
so good. So
And I'm like, then they make this movie, and I'm like, what's the point, man? If you make a movie, why the characters didn't even look like the characters from the game.
no, not at all.
Anyway, Hellstone. So your own, I like this. Pick my cast. That's obviously because you're a colorist, so you
That's
named
right.
you named your label after that.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. I originally, you know, started pigmacast.com as my portfolio as a colorist.
All right.
So then when I ventured into comics and created the LLC, it just made sense to expand that Pigmacast Studio LLC.
Sure. Yeah. Pick my cast. Okay, cool. Yeah. Walk and see Paul. Okay, we have the color of. I mean, yes, the color, but also the cover. So the colored cover, right? and this is drawn by the main artist.
It is, yes. This is the main cover.
Okay, yeah. I appreciate that when the cover is like from the main artist, so you can see up front what you're gonna get. Sometimes you have like these fantastic covers, and then you have a completely different style on the inside. Not a fan, you know.
Same. Because in comics, you very much do judge a book by its cover. You do.
Yes. Mike says, I love playing the Uncharted trilogy. I am. Okay, not a fan of 4 because it was preferable to watching current Hollywood. Yeah,
That's fair.
That too.
I would love a new Uncharted game.
Yeah, I don't think they can make it
No, I don't think
anymore.
so.
The industry that has changed, the ideology has changed.
Mhm.
I don't think they can do it justice. Anyway, so this is one of the pages. We're diving into the sequentials.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Did you also do the lettering? Or?
I did. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I did everything on this book aside from the pencils and inks.
All right. Cool. Well, it's when you do your own lettering, it really helps when you're the writer and you can do your own lettering, so you can make your own edits easily.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. Hopefully this campaign continues to go well. We're in the final 2 weeks, but if it continues to go well, I would love to be able to hire a letterer on the next book.
Okay.
I love the cost savings that I get from doing everything, but at the same time, I do like giving people work. I do like win-win situations. So if I have a friend or a friend of a friend in the indie comic sphere that is looking for work or something, I would love to give them the opportunity to work. I just have to be able to afford that.
Sure, right. So it's not that you don't want to do lettering, but you like working with other people on a book.
Absolutely.
Right. I get that. Okay, so what's your let's see. What was your process? Take this page, for instance. What was your process here? So you set out to tell something within this page. So what was your writing process like before it went to the artist?
Yeah, so this page in particular was really important to the story because this is actually a flashback to the prologue. There was a Hellstones book 0 that was released last year. That's a 12-page book that is available on this campaign as well for those that are interested in the prologue. But this one page in particular was important because it is a flashback theme. It was important, and it was important to hit the emotional beats on this particular page as well. So when I'm writing something, I'm often thinking about the emotional tone of it. And I'm also thinking about the color side of it at the same time. That's a big part of being a colorist, is conveying the emotion through the color. So there's a lot of blues and sepia tones and stuff to indicate, a somberness or quietness to it.
Right.
So the writing process is a lot of back and forth since I wear so many hats. Sometimes my colorist brain might not be serving my writer brain in the right way. So I kind of go back and forth a lot.
Right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Oftentimes you also see like color changes when flashback scenes. Those can be indicated through like color, like filters or something,
Yeah, a great way to do that is through like sepia tones and color.
Yeah, exactly. We do that with our Perfect 10 series. We have like flashback scenes, and they have this particular filter, and the colors shine a little bit through. That's really beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful stuff. Okay, next page. Some action.
Some good action. Yes,
a splash page. Nice. So does she actually like murder people?
Yeah, this is violent. Yeah, this is violent.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the prologue story was such just an introduction to the world and the concept, and it was very slow paced because of that, and it was important for me, especially since this is a supernatural action series, that book one comes out of the gate swinging. It's fast paced, it's energetic, and lots of action, and of course violence. It's about a character who's pushed to the edge and is forced to respond.
Yes, right, yeah. Mike says you have a solid roster of artists and cover artists whose styles all complement this series, Frank.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there you go. You get some feedback. Cover variants. Oh, we're going into the covers.
Speaking of,
there we go. Yes. So these are this cover 1A. Yes, cover 1A.
Yeah, that's right. Cover 1A by the very talented Mr. Fish Lee.
Okay.
He did all of the art on that himself. That's his color work, his inks, all of that.
Oh, okay.
It's fantastic. It has, of course, a very different style, which is what I wanted. It almost has like a very animated, like cell shade, like Venture Brothers cartoon style to it. That I just really adore. I love it so much.
I like what he did here with the colors, that you see the foliage of the, the reflection of that. It's really cool, and the snake going through the logo there.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a lot of fun with the logo placement on that one, doing the cutout so I could have the snake come through. That way you get layers of depth.
Yes,
it was a lot of fun.
And there's a reflection in the machete.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really cool. It's well done. And then we have the other one by Michael Rushbrook.
Absolutely, and he's a buddy of mine. He's a great up and coming independent artist.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his style tends to lean more towards Eastern or anime or manga styles. Not to say he can't do other things, but that's kind of where he shines.
Sure.
And I wanted to let him do his thing. Clearly Sam looks a little more in that style with like the triangle chin and the big boobs and big waist.
Yes.
But I did the color work on this one myself as well, which was a lot of fun to color in a different style from what the book is.
Right. Yes. In the beginning of the show, you told me that you didn't really want a Lara Croft physique, but more like a normal looking female, right? But
yeah,
Michael pushed it a little bit, like cartoony, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Like I was saying before, that's what collaboration is all about to me.
Yes.
Trusting in that artist, let them do their thing, and it's fine. Not only fine. The cover's great. I love the cover.
Yes, that's the reason that I picked this one for the thumbnail. It's a great one. Right. Mm-hmm. What do we have here?
Yeah, this is a line art edition. So it's very similar to like artist editions that you might see. Artist editions, a lot of the time you'll have like blue lines or pencils. Sometimes it'll have inks, but a lot of the time I'm seeing blue lines and pencils, which is great. But me being a colorist, I was like, well, I've got to put out a version that can and should be colored. So any aspiring colorists out there or anything like that, this is great to get to see what an inked finished product looks like when it would land on your desk and what you would be expected to do something with.
Right.
I also encourage people to, print off pages or scan pages or color directly in the book and experiment with some good quality work and see if you got the chops for it, or try and learn something a little. And then, of course, tag me in it so I can see it. And maybe we'll put together a fan art book or something.
Yes. But this also means that these pages are without lettering.
That's right. No lettering at all. No colors. Yeah. Just inks.
Okay. That is cool. Crenshaw says this looks like a cool comic. Good art, interesting story. So I backed it.
Awesome. Thank you.
That is fantastic. Wait. That is fantastic. Thank you, Crenshaw.
Yes. Hell yeah. Hey, come on, baby. Come on. Yes. Come on. Yes.
Woohoo! Thank you, man. Excellent. Yes, there we go. All right. Then we have for readers who love. You can tell us for readers who love.
Yeah, for readers who love, the complexities of things like Constantine, the grittiness of Spawn, the emotional tones of something like The Crow or Sandman, and of course things like Tomb Raider. This is kind of like my love story to everything that I love and grew up with.
Yeah. So it's also cool that she constantly has this medallion, like it's something important, and she always has that with her, which reminds me a little bit of Nathan Drake with his ring,
Sure.
But yeah, these are good things to implement. It gives her this backstory that you want to know more about.
Absolutely. Yeah, that on her neck, that's actually one of the Hellstones. That's the green Hellstone that she possesses, which is a Hellstone that is a Hellstone of like instinct. It's like a spidey sense in a way. Makes her more nimble, more agile, more adept.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Yeah, it was one of 7, correct?
That's right, one of 7 Hellstones.
Yes.
And that's what makes her a force to be reckoned with, especially when she gets backed into a corner and finally has to deal with things head on.
Oh yeah. There is something about the number 7 for some reason. You often see that in these kinds of stories, and there's something with the combination of 7. All right, and we have some more interiors. Right, cool, so people can see that. So she's looking for someone, for Jerry. Stretch goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other books.
Absolutely, yeah. I have been fortunate enough to be blessed by some other independent artists that wanted to help contribute. Like Stephen Koch, who is a Ringo-nominated writer and letterer out of Australia, donated Terra Olympus, the first volume of Terra Olympus, which I believe is 48 pages or so. So everyone that has backed the campaign will get a copy of that volume as well, since we hit our funding goal.
Wait, so with the stretch goal, everyone who backs gets this also?
That's right. Absolutely.
That's a digital, right?
It's a digital download. It's a digital copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen Koch, he's very prolific with his work.
Absolutely. And then Sean Barber donated to the campaign the first issue of I Drive for Cerber, which is a fantastic, fun, supernatural ride. It's just so fun. So I was really excited to get that added on here and get that into people's hands as well. He's actually in the middle of his campaign right now for his 3rd book in this for Cerber series. Okay,
cool, man. Right, and this is for later. You will reach this, sir. You are 2,000. Come on.
I hope so. We're close. This
will happen. Yes. So what is this?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we hit the 2,000 goal, I'm gonna go ahead and put together another piece of exclusive art just for backers. A 6x9 mini poster of something from Hellstones. I want to incorporate some new lore and some new ideas that only someone who backed would get to know or get to see or experience. And then on top of that, Ed Davis from Finish Line Comics also wanted to contribute book 1 of Immortal Era.
Cool.
I'm really trying to get new artists or people that haven't been exposed to these artists get new things in their hands and try and really add a lot of value to this campaign.
Sure. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's there's so much out there with indie. So this is a good way to get to know more stories, more creators. Right. Look at him work. Cool. Okay, great. Yeah. So this is your very first creator-owned book, right?
No. So the first publication that I did under Pygmy Custody was actually a children's book. It was a children's color and creativity book, and we funded that and then donated. How many copies was it? We donated a couple hundred copies to a local charity for kids that have experienced trauma and are going through therapy. And I wanted to get that in their hands. Art tends to be a great way to bridge the gap with therapy and stuff like that. So
right,
that was the first foray into self-publication. And then I did Hellstones Book 0. Did that campaign this time last year. I got fully funded on that as well. We had 178% funded on that one.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
And then, of course, here we are a year later, and we're doing the official book 1 of the Hellstones series.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's in the collection of perks that people can get. So you have the collector's set for $40. People can get all 3 covers, and you don't ship worldwide.
Not worldwide, unfortunately. I wasn't able to make that really happen this time around, but I did open to international shipping. So we're shipping to Australia, New Zealand, UK, Canada. So there are select countries in there if people are wanting or willing to pay for the shipping, of course.
The English-speaking nations, they can get it. Okay, but people outside of that can also purchase the digital version.
Absolutely.
Which always helps. You know, some campaigns don't have it for some reason, which is silly. Just offer people the opportunity to buy digital books. They want to support you, especially when you don't ship out worldwide. This is you have to have this in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Nice. Okay. Then we have the line art edition for $13. Cool. Okay, so people can. That's the same size, right, as the normal book.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So people can scan the pages, color it, or grab like actual color pencils and color directly into the book.
Absolutely, I encourage it.
Yes.
And for that reason, the pages in that are actually uncoded as well.
Oh, right. Yes.
A little forethought on that.
Yeah. That's smart. Right. So for $15, you can get the physical copies, the single issue, standard edition. This is the main cover. Then you have the variant of Michael Rushbrook. Really nice. Like it. Then we have Lee's variant, Fish Lee. Okay, cool. Yeah. The Ultimate Collector Set. What's in here?
That's going to be all 3 covers as well as the line art edition as well.
Yeah. It made sense. Hellbound Patron.
Hellbound Patron. Yeah, that's going to be Hellstones #1 and the variant covers, the special line art edition, and a copy of Hellstones Book 0.
Yes.
As well as having a special thank you in the credits of Hellstones #1.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of people are liking this one because, it might be a parent that wants to have that as a gift to have their child's name in the thank yous and stuff like that, which is great. That's fantastic. I'll put whatever name you want in there if you're paying for the tier.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Plus Hellstone number 0, so people can still get that through this.
Absolutely. 0 is not required reading for this at all, because I do have a flashback moment to kind of catch people up to speed on where we're at and why we're there.
Sure.
But if you have 0, you get a lot more character depth and a lot more lore into the story.
Sure. Right. Well, fantastic. That's cool. That's a cool campaign. You have 30 more days to go. So let's get this campaign to 2K, guys.
Absolutely.
Let's help Frank out. Let's share it out on social media. Post about it. Tell people about Hellstones Into the Fray.
Yeah, so Hellstones is a supernatural action series that's about these ancient stones that grant extraordinary abilities. It mainly follows the story of Sam, who is a young woman who gets caught between several factioning groups that are fighting to control the stones, each believing that they know what that power should be used for. So it really, at its core, it's a series that asks how much someone is willing to sacrifice for the perceived greater good, and whether those good intentions are enough to justify the damages that are left behind.
There you go. That's always tough, isn't it, to tell your story in this little in 1 minute or something, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be quick, but there's so much to say. It's so much bigger than that.
I know. It's very difficult. Yes.
But Hellstones is definitely a very character-driven story.
Yes, cool.
You know, the Hellstones and the world of Hellstones is, of course, part of it, but it's really about Sam and her journey with these stones and through the world.
What's the plan regarding the series? Do you like what's how many books and what's the frequency you think you will manage?
Yeah, so I plan on 13 books plus book
okay.
zero. Plus book zero as well. So yeah, I have everything already scripted, already storyboarded. So really the only thing is funding and time. And that was really important to me, especially with this campaign. Any campaign that I do is that the book's already done. You don't have to wait after the campaign for it to be ready or get finished. I'm fronting the bill myself. That way, when I go to Kickstarter or whatever I might use for crowdfunding, it's already done.
Yes.
I'm a fan of comics first, and I back comics, and I know what it's like to have to wait for something.
Sure. Yes.
And, I want a quickest turnaround time as possible. But yeah, it's going to be a total of 13 books. I'm actually already starting to color the next book. I already have all the line art for it. It took a year to get this one out, which was behind the schedule by 4 months, which is unfortunate. But I do plan on having the next Kickstarter go off for the next book, probably November. And I really want to get to a pace of 3 a year.
Okay.
It's ambitious, but I believe that I put together a pipeline that works for me, and I think I can do it.
Yes. The first one probably takes a bit longer because you need to get into the the moment, the movement, right? Like you have to get things going.
Yeah.
Once you're there. Gray Wolf Graphics, welcome. Welcome.
Hello. And while I love telling the story of Hellstones and stuff, I also don't want to be telling this story for the next 10 years. I want to get it out into the world. I've held on to the knowledge long enough. I want to get it out there as quick as possible so I can share it with everybody.
It is time, damn it.
That's right.
Right. All right, guys. Go check out the campaign. Go share it out. Frank, thank you for showcasing it, for talking about it, and good luck with it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me a space and let me take up a little time on your channel. I appreciate it. And then thank you to everyone that's back since we've been talking. That's fantastic. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, pretty cool. Wait, let me log out here for a moment because, guys, I have my own thing going on, so I need to showcase that also for a moment. So share this tab. There we go. This is Safeguard Pandemonium. This is my book, guys. This is the first superhero team book that I wrote, basically. So this is so Safeguards. They meet like villains from another world, right? And it's really cool. It has that 90s flavor in the sense of art style and energy, but it's written by me, so it's a good story, right? So if you read previous work, you will know these characters because they are from the Perfect 10 series, and now they have their own book. So this is issue 1 of a brand new series, but you don't need to read anything else. So you don't need to. I love to if you read other books, but you don't need to, right? Because this is number 1, first issue, so you can so you will get to know all these characters and adventure with them. And I'm working together with the legendary Alan Goldman. He also did the first cover. So this is cover A. As you can see, it's 90s like vibe. I love that, guys. I love these characters. I love working on this book. This is the biggest creative team also that I've worked with. We're working with 2 inkers and 2 colorists all to get it done. We wanted to get the book done this month so they can get to print next month, right? That's the plan. That's the timeline. We have a cover B by legendary artist Paul Rodriguez of the Perfect 10 series, which you can also, by the way, grab through this campaign. We have add-ons of our catalog. So Perfect 10 series, if you're missing any books, you can add them to your order, right? Fantastic art. Then we have a Virgin wraparound cover. So the first wraparound we ever did also for some reason. Yeah, it's also by Alan. It's phenomenal. Plus, we have a pencil edition because I got these pencil pages from Alan, and they were so excellent. I was like, holy shit! So people will never get to see these penciled pages, right? So I told Alan we have to do something with this, right? So from that came this concept for a pencil edition, which will be without inks, colors, and even lettering.
That's so cool looking.
Yes, pure pencil. I know, right? It's so good. And guys, if you buy this, you get a free digital copy, so you can read the full comic, right? The back cover with all the brand new villains that we created for this story. It's drawn by Pau, colored by Federico Siok. Love these guys. They're really cool. You will find out more of them in the book. Then we have some sequential pages, so you can marvel at that work. It's colored by James Marino. It has this very like soft coloring style, but it's so nice and so pretty. And Alan Goldman, he's very he's like a perfectionist. So not everyone can touch his work. So he has to approve of the inker, of the colorist. So he also introduced me to new creators, so I could so he could work with people that he likes to work with, right? Look at this phenomenal art. This is crazy, and the story is great. So this kicks off a brand new adventure. This will take place over 3 issues. This is the first one, right? And yeah, we had to censor some things because Kickstarter thought it was a bit too spicy. But yeah, you will get the non-censor book, guys. So don't worry. Yeah, I love it. This is the double page spread. It took Alan 1 week to draw, then it took the inker 1 week to ink, and now the colorist, it took 1 week to color. It was a large, but it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
So great.
I know, it's a masterpiece. Then we have the classic 90s heroes jump from this plane. I wanted the scene in here because I want to evoke this sensation from the good old days, So yeah, really cool. Love this. And we have some examples of the pencil pages. Yeah, it's really nice. Love it. And the link to this, by the way, guys, I will put it in the chat so you can check it out, but it's also below the video. So it's in the chat right now. Paste. There we go. But it's also below the video. So splash page with yeah, we have a lot of art on here. So go check it out. You can also follow Alan Goldman's channel where you can actually see him draw the book, and you can follow Thiago Gomez where he inks the book. So yes, so go check it out, guys. We have 7 days to go. We're in the final week officially. Stop sharing. Whew, there we go. There we go. Frank, thank you so much, sir, for being my guest for today. And good luck with your last 13 days. I hope you will make $1 million with your campaign.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you're welcome anytime. If you have something new to showcase, just reach out to me, okay?
Fantastic. Will do.
And special thanks to the chat, to everyone who showed up today. Thank you so much for the interaction. If you're looking from the replay, hi and thank you. And if you like this conversation, give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike. And I'm sorry. We'll be back next week. So I have a brand new guest. Same channels, same time, new guest. Hope to see you guys then. Have a fantastic day and see you later. Bye, guys.